Is it better to do 3 sets per week or 50 sets per week? Well, that depends. Recently, there was a lot of studies published about from how many sets can we regenerate and how much volume can we keep up. So how many sets you should do depends also. Are you a beginner? Are you advanced? Which intensity you have? Are you going completely to failure, or you have 5 repetition in reverse? But also, if you are just starting your micro cycle, then you can start even from one set per week. Yeah, one set per week, and it also works. There are just hundreds of different ways to train, hundreds different variation, and the most beautiful is that, or the most that makes also harder for the beginners, that almost every variety of these training plans are working. So you can work with 3 sets, and that can work for you. You can do 50 sets per week, that can work for you. You can do 2 sets per week, that can also work for you. You can do 5 sets per week, it can also work for you. But but we are here to optimize the best effect. So you don't have to spend the maximum time in the gym. Whereas here you can do 3 sets, and you have almost everything what you can achieve. If you do a 6 sets per workout, it's like a little bit more effective. But doing 3 sets per muscle group, you are staying in the gym for 45 minutes, doing 6 sets per week per workout. You have already to stay 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's a lot more. So why would you train so long? Yeah, that the question is how to optimize the time and work that you put into your workout. You can do 10 sets, and you're going to gain 90% of muscles that you can, but there are extra 10% that you can also gain, and you're not gaining, but you don't regret this, because if you would want to gain this 100%, then you would have to train 5 times more or often, and that maybe would not be the most optimal way for your time, work, social life. For example, if you train heavy duty by Mike Manson plan, you can do only one set per workout, or only one set that's one set per exercise in the workout for muscle group. So one set per muscle group, and he also say that one time per 10 days, so you can regenerate and build muscles only with one set per 10 days, and that's also working. But you can also do 50 sets per 7 days, that's also working. So what's the difference? What should I do? The one thing that we know is that you have to look up to your body. If you don't feel sore and you are making progress, then whatever you do, that's working. Okay? A second thing is how much time and effort you want to put up in the into your workout. First thing, how intensive. There are not the old people who love to go to the failure because it's hard. It's very hard. Mentally, it's hard to go just to the failure every time, every set. So if you're not going to the failure, then you can know for sure that you have to do more than one set per muscle group per workout. That's for 100% sure. You're not growing with only one set per muscle group if you're not going to failure. And the second thing that we know that there is amount of sets that are not going to give you more, not going to be more efficient. It can add maybe a little bit. Here is the progress you can make with example 3 sets. Here is the amount of muscles that you can make with 50 sets. So it maybe give you a little bit. After 3 sets per muscle group per workout, that's already the most muscle that you are building with 3 sets. You can do like 9 sets that will give you a little bit extra more. The second thing, if you want to plan smart, if you want to planning your workout smart, also one thing that we know, you have to add your volume by the time. So you start from the low volume and you add a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit up. Then you do reload for 1 or 2 weeks, then start also from the low volume and goes up to the high volume. That works every time. Also depends if you are a woman or you are a man, because women can regenerate with more, little bit more volume than a man. You have to take that to yourself also. There is also one thing. There is a lot of people who just love to train a lot, and that keeps them mentally stable, mentally healthy. They just like to work out and to spend 3 or 4 hours at the gym. Then you can also train with high volume. It is not going to bring you more effect, but also is not going to bring you less effect. You can do that also. That's gonna be better for you because you're gonna feel better. If you're gonna feel better, you're gonna have um, less stress. If you have less stress, you're regenerating better, so you can have better effects. But it depends also from which perspective we are looking for. I train at the moment. In the last 1 year, I trained with one set per muscle group, so that was heavy duty upper body workout. Right now, I do this upper body A and B, so they were not the same. And upper body, lower body, A and B, they were not the same exercises. And right now, I do push-pull legs, push and pull. I do 2 sets per muscle group, and legs, I do heavy duty. So that's 1 set per one exercise. I'm just experimenting every time, and there is also one thing. people on steroids can regenerate with more volume than people who are trained naturally. So if you are watching Boom, he says a lot of things that are true, that are working, but he forgot to mention, I mean, he's not lying, but he forgot to mention that he is on steroids. And people, and he's like, yeah, I tried this and that worked for me. But he forgot to say, and you forgot that he is on steroids, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna to try that too. Also, you tried it, does not work for you, doesn't bring the most um, optimal and effective gains for you because you train naturally. So if you want to make progress, you should listen to people who train naturally. If you want to, if you are training with steroids, you should listen to the people who train with steroids. So that's like pretty the end of my video. We can say then that yeah, that depends is which training plan you're training, which intensivity, and which goal you have, how much effort you want to put, and what's optimal for you, what optimal means for you. Humanitarian peace, y'all.